While surveying the site of some ancient ruins, two young archaeologists, Derek and Margot, and their nomad friend, Loki, find themselves trapped and sinking in a whirling pool of sand. And when the dust settles, they stare up in awe at a vast chamber filled with giant relics and artifacts from another civilization. And there, at the far end of the cavern, a door with a strange inscription. All who enter these portals pass through time.
Into it! You'd think it was heavy or something!
Yeah, I would think that. Shh, no cracks.
Oh, how did we ever get into this chicken outfit?
Hey, we're lucky these Philistines took our word we're strangers and not enemies. You saw what they did to that village last night.
We gotta get out of here. This is worse than the Foreign Legion.
Be patient. Margot doesn't have it easy either.
I never knew horses could be so thirsty. And cleaning up after them.
Stop complaining. Hannibal's army had elephants.
What's all the noise?
It's Goliath, the big one who joined us last night. He plans to wrestle 6 men at a time and beat them all.
6 guys? This I gotta see. One guy going up against all those brutes? Must be Godzilla.
Look at him. I don't believe it.
I think it's those other 6 guys who are crazy.
I wonder what kind of cereal he has for breakfast.
Now's our chance.
Our chance? You want to fight him too?
Our chance to escape while they're watching the fight. Come on!
You forgot something.
What?
The water buckets.
Will a basket do?
Now, if that fight will last just a little longer. It's finished.
Then we are too.
Maybe not. Did you ever hear of disappearing in a cloud of dust? Follow me! Weird, isn't it? We can't tell what century it is, or what year it is.
Or where we are.
My guess is we're someplace where people worship lions.
That's wild. What makes you think that?
Because there's a big statue of a lion right over there. They've even colored it so it looks almost...
That's no statue. That's the real merchandise.
I hope he's not on a lunch break, too.
I don't think he's seen us yet. He's after those lambs.
What'll we do?
Nothing.
Oh, no. He's coming this way.
Oh, what a way to go. Lunch for a lion.
What's going on?
You won't believe it, but there's a kid out there throwing rocks at the lion.
Oh, how can we thank you?
It really wasn't such a heroic deed. That old lion is mostly all growl. I've chased him away before.
You do this regularly?
David! David, where are you?
Over here! This is my brother Eliab, and as you heard, my name is David.
This is Margot, he's Moki, and I'm Derek.
Greetings, shalom. Forgive my abruptness, but a message just came. You must go immediately to Gibeah, to the palace.
King Saul sent for me?
His council did. The king is in a dark mood of despair. Some even say God is angry with him. Anyway, they've heard of your singing and thought it might help soothe him.
Oh, all right. I'll get my harp.
You play the harp?
It's my second weapon. If the sling doesn't keep the lions away, my singing does.
He's being modest. He plays very well and makes up his own songs.
Hey, he throws stones and sings. What we have here is a genuine rock musician.
Thanks for letting us ride along, David.
I only hope I can help the king. These are difficult days for Israel with the Philistines approaching our borders.
They're mean, all right. We saw them.
But I must warn you of one thing. If you go with me to the palace, you could be in danger.
Danger?
King Saul is unstable in his mind. There are even those who fear for his sanity. So if for any reason I displease him, well...
He will turn against you and anyone with you?
Ding, ding, would you stop at the next corner, please? This is where I get off.
If you're going, David, it's good enough for us.
Oh, what a day! First it's the Philistines, then lions, and now a king who gets mad at you.
If you're ready, be sure you neither sing nor say anything that might remind him of Samuel's prophecy.
I understand.
A prophecy?
Years back, the prophet Samuel had a vision which took him to David's house in Bethlehem, where Samuel proclaimed one day David would be king of Israel.
I did not know what he meant.
Go in now, but remember, the slightest thing could throw him into a deadly rage.
The Lord is my shepherd, and I shall not want. He maketh me to lie down in green pastures. He leadeth me beside the still waters. He restoreth my soul. He leadeth me in the paths of righteousness for his name's sake. Yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil, for thou art with me.
Phew, that was close.
Thy rod and thy staff, they comfort me.
think the king's sleeping.
Good, good. Bless David. Music may be just the medicine needed, but you never know, one day to the next. The captain brings news.
The Philistines have crossed into Judah.
Through what route?
They are in force between Soko and Azekah.
As I suspected. We shall meet them at the Valley of Eliab and drive them back. Summon all my captains. Mobilize your men. We march within the hour.
May I go with you, sire?
War is not for boys, David. I am going to send you home. You have done your service for your king, and I am grateful.
But isn't there something...
No. Go now and tell your father, Jesse of Bethlehem, that you have found favor in my eyes.
How pleased I am that you have returned. All is well with the king?
He sends you greetings, father. These are my friends, Margot, Derek, and Moki.
Welcome, shalom. Eliab told me of you. Our home is your home. And the king, he found favor in you?
David's music was just the miracle the king needed. He's recovered completely.
Good, good. He shall need his strength. You know, of course, about the Philistines.
He said to tell you.
Boys, come out. See what stray lamb has turned up again. These 3 donkeys are Abinadab, Shammah, and, well, of course, you met Eliab before.
Yes, we did. Nice to meet you all.
Did David disgrace us at the palace?
Every day, in every way. Your arrival is indeed well-timed. We shall have a feast tonight to end all feasts. Music, wine, all our friends.
Father, you really don't have to...
Rest easy, little one. It's not for you. Tomorrow, these 3 go to join the army of their king to fight the Philistines, to keep our people free.
Our men stand ready?
Yes, my king.
If the Philistines gathered at Azekah, they must come by this valley.
Sire, look, that distant hilltop.
Ah! It's not possible. He's a giant.
Who can this be?
It must be he called Goliath of Gath. I've heard stories of such a monster, but I never believed them to be true.
Alas, they are true. I, too, have heard of this Goliath.
Israelites, send out a man who dares fight me. If he kills me, all Philistines will be your servants. But if I kill him, then you will be our slave.
We have no man to match him. None.
But his challenge must be met.
There is no need for battle or senseless killings of many. Let one man come out to me.
One of us must fight him.
But none of us has a chance to win, only to lose, and thus bear the burden of having forfeited our people into slavery.
Come! I grow lonely out here. Surely, amongst the men of Saul, there is one man with spine. Step forth! Take counsel. I shall return tomorrow, and every day thereafter, until you send forth a warrior to meet me.
Captains, find a man in our ranks who can not only meet this Goliath, but vanquish him as well. We must find such a man. The fate of our people depends upon it.
We brought the sheep down from the high meadow, Father.
They sure can run. I don't know how the lions have a chance.
Any news from your sons?
Not a word all month.
Well, you know what they say. No news is...
Oh, I'm sure they are in fine health. No, I'm not sure at all.
Well, perhaps I could go find them.
Yes, I'm sure they would be glad to see you. I've put some food for them in the wagon. Cheese, corn, bread.
Could we all go?
I would like that.
Very well. But be careful, David. And remember the prophecy.
Yes, Father. We should be there soon.
Do you think Saul's army can handle the Philistines?
It won't be easy. They're a strong people, and their weapons are better than ours.
Sounds kind of one-sided.
It isn't. If they invade, we will be fighting for our homeland, and the Lord will be with us.
I see some tents.
It seems peaceful. That's a good sign.
Where might I find the sons of Jesse of Bethlehem?
There they are.
Eliab, Abinadab.
Well, the stray lamb returns again.
You're all well? No wounds?
No, none. We're quite well.
Father was worried. We all were. We received no news at all. How goes the battle?
Yeah, did you do a little rock'em sock'em?
Look, cheese and bread and corn. That's sure welcome.
Have the Philistines showed up yet?
David, we appreciate your coming, but this isn't really the place for you.
So we'll just unload the food, then you can go back and tell Father all is well.
Something's wrong. What is it?
Sheep of Israel, will today be the day? Choose a man. I defy you. There must be one man of courage in the army of Judah. What about you? Or you? Or you?
Is he gone? And if he isn't, I am.
Why does no one fight him? Who is this Philistine who defies you?
Goliath of Gath. He has made this challenge every day.
For how long?
The past 40 days.
40 days, and no Israelite has answered him?
Even though King Saul has pledged that whoever of us goes out and saves us from shame will receive great riches and high rank.
And the king's own daughter will be given to him as his wife.
Any guy who goes against that gorilla will get the king's daughter as his widow.
I don't understand why you are all so fearful.
What do you mean you don't understand?
Did you note his size?
And his armor?
No one can beat him. All we can do is wait and pray for a miracle.
He is but a man, and no true soldier of Israel should stand in fear of him.
You have no right to talk so big. You know nothing of fighting, only of tending sheep. Why did you come here anyway?
Our father asked.
You wanted to peek out from behind a tree and see a battle.
But I see no battle. Only one lone enemy who dishonors us. If no one else will fight the Philistine, I will.
You?
Yes, and gladly. But not for riches, but because he stands for evil and he would enslave us.
You wish to fight the Philistine?
Yes, my king. I brought food for my brothers, and I heard the challenge.
David, your spirit pleases me. But Goliath is a soldier much learned of war and weapons, and a giant in strength. You are but a youth, a poet, a shepherd.
And as a shepherd, I have fought against lions and bears, huge beasts who came to take our lambs, and I have slain them. To this Philistine, I will do the same as he threatens to take the land from our people.
He's in with the king now.
Our little David, how can he be so foolish?
He should never have come here.
David has a mind of his own.
Don't worry. You're getting upset over nothing. The king will never allow such a mismatch. Never.
Very well. And may the Lord go with you. David, here, my best armor for you to wear. The armor will protect you.
There is not time, my king. These are strange to me.
But you need their protection.
With respect, sire, I need no protection. I go not to defend myself, but to attack.
But you must have a weapon.
I need only my staff and sling. When the Philistine comes tomorrow, I'll be ready.
He fights the giant with just a stick and a sling? Oh, he will not survive.
He did against the lions and bears.
But, sire, in good conscience, how can you send one so young?
There is something about David. A purity of soul that somehow reassures me. Perhaps such faith and courage is the only way we can ever match the might of Goliath.
Israelites, I ask again, send forth a man that we may fight together.
We can't let this happen. I will go in his place.
Too late. David is there.
What is this? You come to fight Goliath? Ah! Is a boy the best the tribes of Israel can send?
I am a soldier of the Lord.
A soldier? I see no weapons. A stick? Am I a dog that you come at me with a stick?
And I shall defeat you even without it.
For your insolence, I will carve your flesh and feed it to the fowls of the air and the beasts of the field.
It is you, Goliath of Gath, whose flesh will be fed to the beasts this day. So all the earth will know there is a God in Israel.
This will put you and your God to rest. And then all of Judah will be taken over by these, your Philistine masters.
Not upon this day, for the battle is the Lord's. I come armed with the name of the Lord of hosts, which is the mightiest weapon of all.
Enough! Let us see how mighty it is.
You did it! You did it! Victory is ours!
And David had success in all his undertakings, for the Lord was with him. And when King Saul saw that he had great success, he stood in awe of him.
Margot, Loki, come on. We have a long way to go.
Other adventures like the one you have just seen are waiting for you in more exciting stories from the Bible. Join your three young friends again on their journey through time. Share their wonder and excitement in the other adventures in Hanna-Barbera's series, The Greatest Adventure, Stories from the Bible. Meet real heroes, David and Goliath.
What is this? You come to fight Goliath? Ah!
I am a soldier of the Lord.
Joshua and the Battle of Jericho. Samson and Delilah. Noah and the Ark. Daniel and the Lion's Den. Don't miss the power and excitement of the other great Bible stories in Hanna-Barbera's The Greatest Adventure, Stories from the Bible.
Come now. Onward. Come on. Easy. Whoa.
Keep it steady, keep it steady.
Back. Whoa.
Come into the house and have something to eat.
I can't, Father. I have to finish the north field.
You're a hard worker, Elisha. It'll pay off for you. Someday this will all be yours.
What have we done to deserve the visit of a prophet?
I won't be the prophet for much longer. You will. The Lord has spoken. I will be taken up into heaven.
Taken up? When?
I don't know. Soon. Come. There is much to do. We followers of the living God are few. You must strengthen them. You must help them to feel the spirit and power of God. This is where our troubles begin. I have tried and tried to teach the kings of Israel, but still they prefer lifeless idols to the living God. Perhaps you will be the one to change their hearts. Have faith, my son. Believe in the word of the Lord. If he says, remove this mountain, then remove it. There may be others, many others, who still believe in the God of Israel. You must find them. Lord, for the faith of these followers, and for your servant Elisha, show us your power once more.
It's parted the River Jordan.
I'll never be able to do what you do.
You will, Elisha. The most important thing is this. Never take reward or honor for the works of God. He is the miracle worker, and you are just his tool. What can I do for you before I am taken away?
Bless me, Elijah. Give me a double portion of thy spirit.
It's a difficult thing you ask for, but if you see me taken up into heaven, God will give it to you.
I see it! A chariot of fire!
Anyone doubt that this is now the Lord's prophet?
Praise the Lord.
Thank you.
This is your last chance. Pay your debt.
What do you want from me? Look! Nothing. Not even a morsel of food for my 2 sons. My husband is dead. I have nothing to give you.
I'm afraid you're wrong about that.
What are you doing? Stop it!
Your sons belong to me now, and they will work until your debt is paid, even if it takes 100 years.
Wait!
You've had your chance.
No! No! Give me 2 weeks. I know someone.
Here's your food and drink, Master.
What did I tell you? Israelite girls always make the best servants. Serve me well, child. And when you're grown, I'll send you home.
Thank you.
With money in your pocket, too. This is the life. And you said you didn't like being married to a warrior.
It's war I don't like, Naaman.
Well, neither do I. But it does pay well. Now it's time for a hot bath.
Oh, Naaman?
Leprosy.
I thought a prophet would travel in style.
You'll get used to it.
Master, of all the young men, why did you choose me to be your servant?
Well,
I think I know. I kind of stand out compared to the others. You probably need someone who's capable and smart.
It's true, Gehazi. You have great potential, but you also have much to learn.
Gideon!
Hello there.
Hello.
We're on our way to Jericho. This is my servant, Gehazi, and I...
You are a man of God. Please, stay with us tonight.
There'll be no moon. It's hard to travel without moonlight.
We'd love to. This'll work out just fine, won't it?
Yeah, wonderfully.
He's a fine man. So kind.
If the Lord had blessed us with children, that's how I would want them to be.
I'm surely glad you're back, dear.
I've been gone only 4 weeks, and you welcome me back as a long-lost son.
Husband.
All right, long-lost husband. And I love it.
I've missed you, dear. I always do when you're away.
Seriously, I'm glad to be back. I missed you terribly. And little Adoniram. But being away from home is a part of being a preacher, I guess. By the way, where is he?
He's reading.
Reading? Oh, yes, I'm sure he is. Reading the dictionary. 3-year-olds usually do read dictionaries merely for a pastime.
I have a surprise for you, dear.
Adoniram!
Adoniram! It's a real surprise.
Somewhat of a mystery, too, the way you're acting.
Daddy, Daddy!
Well, well, son. So you look normal.
And I hope you are.
Oh, Daddy, I'm glad you're back home.
Well, so am I.
Adoniram, get the Bible, dear. And you, my dear husband, had better sit down.
This must be some surprise.
Now, Adoniram, turn to anywhere in Psalms.
All right, Mama.
You want me to find the Psalms for you?
He can find it, dear.
Sure.
Have you got it yet, Adoniram?
Psalms 23.
Show your father how you can read, dear.
Read.
The Lord is my shepherd. I shall not want. He maketh me...
Ha, you fooled me. Almost. He has memorized that psalm.
Son, give the Bible to your father. Now, dear, you pick out some psalm.
Me?
Yes, you. Now see what happens.
All right. Now, here, son. Read this, if you can.
He shall send from heaven and save me.
He can read.
God
I taught
shall
him.
send
Since I've been away?
Since you've been away.
Reading?
And
only 3 years old.
I will...
He surely will become a great man.
Hi, boys and girls.
Hello to all our friends. We're so glad you can be with us for another story.
Say, Aunt Sue, sounds like you have a story about an interesting person for us. You are going to tell us more about that intelligent little fellow who could read at such a young age?
Yes, indeed, Uncle Dan. I call my story...
Adoniram Judson.
These United States of ours came into being in 1776. 12 years later, there was born a very unusual baby. His name, Adoniram Judson. His father preached for the Congregational Church in Malden, Massachusetts. With keen interest, Parson Judson watched his son learn to walk and then talk. Adoniram, it was evident, had been born with a quick mind. Proof of this came when, at 3 years of age, Adoniram learned to read.
Reading? And only 3 years old! He surely will become a great man.
When Adoniram was several years older, something happened to show that he still had an inquisitive mind.
I'm hungry, Mother.
Well, dinner's ready right now, dear. Get your father.
I'm already here. Like Sister, I was hungry and came to find out when dinner would be ready.
Well, sit down then. I'll get the cornbread out of the oven.
Where's Adoniram?
Go call him, Sister.
Oh, Adoniram!
No, not here. Go to the door and call.
Serve him right if he missed his dinner. Adoniram! Can't we eat without him? I'm hungry.
Patience, my dear, patience.
I'm hungry.
We are not going to eat without your brother. I wonder where he is.
Him? He's liable to be anywhere.
Better put the food back on the stove, Mother, to keep it warm. We've got to find him. I'll look down the creek. Nature lover that he is, he may be there, daydreaming as usual. Oh, there you are. What are you doing here?
Watching the sun.
Watching the... Take that hat off your face and look at me.
Yes, sir.
Now, what are you doing here?
Looking at the sun.
Don't you know that it's dinner time at... Looking at the sun? Through your hat?
No, sir. Through this hole. I made a little hole in my hat so I could watch the sun.
Oh, son, why do you do these silly things?
I read in a book that the sun moves around the earth, and I wanted to find out if it did.
Well, don't you believe what you hear or read?
Yes, Father, but I wanted to find out for myself. And I wanted to find out why it moves, if it does. And it does. It moves through the sky from that direction to that direction.
Did you discover why it moves?
No, but I will, Father. I'll find out why.
Adoniram was good at nearly all of his subjects in school, but he was especially good at arithmetic.
Now, do you think you can work this problem?
Yes, teacher.
It's taken out of a college math book.
I can work it all right.
I'll be very interested to see if you can.
I finished the problem, teacher.
But did you get the right answer?
Yes, ma'am.
Let me see it. Oh, it is right. You're a genius, Adoniram.
I love to work arithmetic problems.
I'm going to give you another problem. Now, this is a hard one. I've never been able to work it.
I will.
I believe you will. Well, two men were going to the same place at the same time. Well, good morning, Adoniram. Solved the problem yet?
No, ma'am, but I will.
Solve it yet, Adoniram?
No, ma'am.
Perhaps it's too hard for you.
No, ma'am. I'll work at it until I do solve it. I've got it, teacher. I got the answer.
You solved the problem?
Yes, ma'am.
Well, let me see. Looks correct.
It is, ma'am. I proved it.
Unbelievable.
Adoniram loved to study. He spent hours daily with his books. He could read almost anything in 4 languages: English, Greek, French, and German. So eagerly did he read and study that he became ill. For 12 months he was forced to lay aside his books and go to bed. During that long year, his sister was his constant companion.
Well, brother dear, what are you going to be today? I mean, what do you want to be when you grow up? Yesterday you wanted to be a great statesman like George Washington. The day before that...
I know what I wanted to be, but I've changed my mind. I think I'll become a famous doctor.
You know what I think you'll be?
Nothing.
I think you'll be a preacher.
A preacher? Like Father? No, thank you.
What's wrong with being a preacher?
Anyone can be a preacher, but I want to be something hard to be. Something not just anyone can be, or maybe even something no one else has ever been before.
At 16 years of age, Adoniram enrolled at Brown University. He was assigned to share a dormitory room with another freshman named Roger Pierce.
Welcome to Brown University, roommate.
The same to you, roommate.
The name's Roger.
My name's Adoniram. A-D-O-N-I-R-A-M.
Well, hi there, A-D-O-N-I-R-A-M. Now that we've got the formalities over with, I'll give you the lay of the land. This bed's yours and that one's mine. This chest of drawers is...
I want that bed.
Well, I said this one was yours.
Nope, that one.
Well, I was here first. I have squatter's rights.
But the first shall be the last, and the last shall be the first.
Well, who said that, Socrates?
No, the Bible.
Oh, a parson, no less.
Well, parson or no parson, I want that bed, and I take what I want.
You stand ready to prove that?
Choose your weapons.
A duel, eh?
To the death.
You're all right, Adoniram. Shake.
Right, but remember, I take what I want.
My, this school year's gone fast. Why, it seems like just yesterday that you came into this room and took over, subdued me, and I've been your slave ever since. And now here it is, final exam week.
Well, hey, slave, shine my boots.
Sorry, sir, no shoe polish, master.
And who is whose slave?
Me. Seriously, Adoniram, have you yet decided what you're going to be?
Well, I'm not going to follow my father's footsteps.
Oh, you don't like the ministry?
Well, I don't believe in it. I'm getting so I don't believe in religion, the Bible, and such things.
You've changed since the first day you came to the university.
Well, I've been reading and listening, observing.
Education does pay. By the time you graduate, you'll believe as I do, which is nothing, except in myself and my own prowess. God? No, there is none. Good comes from within. We have the power to create, to destroy, to make...
Son, there is a God. Witness the wonders of nature, the marvel of existence, the ever-present spirit of good.
Where are you getting these wild ideas, Adoniram? At that university?
If they teach unbelief, then I say education is a thing to be shunned.
Roger, me boy, we are now seniors.
Well, have you made up your mind what you're going to do?
Have you?
Yes. I'm going to be a drummer.
Oh, a salesman, huh? Selling what?
It doesn't make any difference. Just so I travel. I want to see all of this beautiful country.
Hey, that's an idea.
Say, we'll get a job with the same company. Travel together. What do you say?
Oh, I'll think about it.
Today we graduate and get our degree. Adoniram, I'm going to Chicago. Are you coming along?
I'll let you know immediately after graduation.
We'll have a good time together.
That I believe.
Will you go with me?
Oh, I'm sorry, Roger, but I'm just not a salesman. I'm more of an actor. To be or not to be, that is the question.
Yeah.
I think I'll go to New York and become an actor.
Adoniram Judson went to New York and finally secured a minor role in a theatrical production. The show soon closed in New York and went on the road, traveling from place to place, giving performances night after night in various towns. One evening, the group came to a small town hotel where they prepared to spend the night.
Our rooms aren't palatial like the big city hotels, Mr. Judson, but we try to make our guests comfortable.
Oh, this is a very nice room. I'm sure I'll be comfortable.
Yes, and I do trust you're not disturbed during the night.
Disturbed?
Well, you see, it's like this. In the room next door, there's a young man who...
is drunk?
Oh, no, he's dying. Doctor says he'll be gone by morning, and that he's in considerable pain. But the walls are fairly thick, and I doubt if you'll hear anything through them.
I see. Well, I sleep soundly. He won't disturb me.
Well, good night, Mr. Judson.
Death. Oof, that's dreadful. And he's young, too, the man said. He'll pass away. To where? While I'm in here sleeping peacefully. Oof. What if it happened to me?
Adoniram lay down, but sleep did not immediately come to him. He rolled and tossed. Finally, however, he did go to sleep, a troubled, dream-filled sleep.
He's dying, in terrible pain, and he'll be dead by morning.
There is no God. For God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten Son. I am God.
He'll be dead by morning.
Son, why don't you be a minister and preach the gospel?
I don't believe in the Bible or God. Believe on the Lord Jesus Christ, and thou shalt be saved.
I don't believe.
The next morning...
Good morning. Did the young man pass away during the night?
Yes, he... about an hour ago.
Could I see him?
He's at the undertaker's.
Direct me there, please.
I'll take you.
Roger.
You knew him?
He was my best friend. 4 years through college. I'd like to stay here with him a few minutes. Alone.
Well, surely.
He's gone. Gone forever. Gone where? Heaven? Hell? Oh, if you could just speak to me from the grave and tell me where you are, where you're going. Then I'd know where I'm going when the time comes. But I do know. The Son of God has told me. All I have to do is read it in His Word and believe. Believe? Believe. I do believe. I must. The Bible is the truth. Jesus is the way, the truth, and the light.
You're quitting the show?
I'm going home.
But you're a good actor. You'll become famous. And what'll we do without you?
You'll get along all right. And I've got to go home. I've got to.
Oh, Adoniram, we're so glad to see you. We hope you're here to stay.
Well, for a while, Mother.
How about taking my place in the pulpit this week?
No, Father. I'm not a preacher. and I don't know that I ever will be.
It's a worthwhile profession, Adoniram.
Yes, I'm sure it is, but I'm not sure it's the profession for me. I just don't feel called to the ministry.
What are you going to do, son?
I don't know. I can't make up my mind.
If someday you were called to the ministry, how do you think you would recognize the call?
Well, I imagine I'd feel so strongly about it I couldn't resist.
It could happen that way, but sometimes it doesn't. Sometimes God merely offers us the opportunity and expects us to make up our own minds without undue pressure.
Well, however it happens, if the call comes, I'll answer.
I think God is calling you, my son, to the ministry. The very day before you returned home, I had 2 visitors, teachers from Andover College. They came especially to urge me to influence you to attend Andover and prepare for the ministry. See, God is giving you the opportunity. He has opened the door, and He wants you to enter.
Yes, but Father, I don't feel called. I don't feel deep inside me that standing up in front of a congregation each week and preaching is what God wants me to do. I just don't feel it. However, I will go to Andover. And while there, I'll look for some way, besides being just a minister, to serve God and my fellow man.
Adoniram Judson went to Andover College, and while there, he became an earnest, sincere Christian. At Andover, Adoniram found many friends.
Adoniram, what do you think of this?
Of what?
This sermon. It's a printed copy by Dr. Buchanan.
Oh, well, I haven't read it. Tell me about it.
Well, Dr. Buchanan has been to India, and he tells of the great work done by William Carey, the first Protestant missionary to that heathen land. Just think of it. Carey has been in India 16 years preaching the gospel. And Dr. Buchanan reports that Mr. Carey has had wonderful success winning the Indian people from the worship of idols.
That's it. That's for me.
Well, what is?
I'll be a missionary, work among the heathen.
You? Missionary to India?
No, not India. Burma. The other day I read a book by Colonel Syme about a trip he made to the dark land of Burma. I'll go there as a missionary.
But Adoniram, a missionary? No one has ever yet gone to a mission field from America.
Well, then I'll be the first.
Well, how will you go? It takes money. And when you get there, how are you going to live? That takes money, too.
Well, surely someone somewhere will support a missionary to Burma.
But how are you going to find that someone somewhere?
Are you trying to discourage me?
No, not you. Me.
You?
Yes, me. The minute you mentioned going to Burma as a missionary, I was thrilled. I want to go, too, but I know it can never be possible, so, I'm trying to talk myself out of the idea.
It can be possible.
Yes? Well, how? The idea is new, and no one is going to risk the money necessary to open up a brand new mission station. New ideas take time to develop and to catch on. We will be old before the church makes up its mind and finds the necessary money.
But don't you have faith?
Of course I do, and No, I guess I don't have, do I?
Well, even a small amount of faith will move mountains.
Faith. Yes, faith in God's miraculous power, and a miracle is what it will take. But we will have them. Miracles! Here's another book about the Moravian missionaries. It's wonderful. I've read it. Now it's your turn.
I found a gold mine this afternoon at Professor Gibbs. All these books on Carey and other missionaries in heathen lands.
Well, how do you feel about going to the mission field now?
Oh, the more I read and study, the more sure I am that God is calling me to the mission field.
That's exactly the way I feel.
Well, then what are we waiting for? Why don't we do something, make known our intentions, organize?
Just the two of us?
Well, that's a start.
I'm with you, Adoniram.
The next afternoon, Adoniram Judson and Samuel Newell met in a nearby orchard to plan and pray. Suddenly, they realized that the sky had become black, and a storm was about to break. Looking around for shelter, they discovered a haystack. Running to it, they found a place on the side away from the rain. As the storm broke, they talked of the heathen world.
I believe that American churches will support a mission program. All they need is to be given the opportunity.
I know that's true. I believe it. And to acquaint American churches with the need, we must be organized so we can present our case with authority, determination, Therefore, my friend, I suggest that we organize into a group with you as the head. I've even thought of a name, the Brethren. And I've also talked to several other young men here at the college who are definitely interested in joining us.
When Adoniram Judson and Samuel Newell graduated from Andover College, Adoniram was invited to serve as pastor of a church in Boston, the largest church in all New England.
Are you going to accept the call?
Well, I think I should.
Agreed. And I will accept my call to a prominent church in New York State. Then, when the opportunity presents itself, we will have the influence and the experience as ministers to persuade the church leaders to adopt our plan of sending out and supporting missionaries.
Dear Sam, I write this letter on a note of great joy and happiness, for I have found a life companion. Her name is Anne Hazeltine. Soon she will honor me by becoming Mrs. Judson. She awaits with great anticipation the pleasure of meeting you. And consider well this admonition, Sam. One who is far away in foreign lands needs a companion and helpmate. So it is my constant prayer and hope that you, too, shall meet and marry a Christian girl who loves the gospel message.
And so, Adoniram, your letter was a little tardy. I'd already met and married the right girl, and now I am a happily married man. And she is as anxious as I am to go to Burma and work with the unconverted people.
And so, my dear Sam, I urge that you go to Bradford for the special meeting of the church leaders. I shall be there. I feel that this is the opportunity we have been waiting for. Leaders of the Congregational Church, fellow ministers of the gospel, I consider it a pleasure to be asked to address this great conclave. I feel that God has brought it about for a specific purpose. I believe that American Christianity, especially the Congregational Church, is about to enter into a new era. I feel that God is calling this church and all Christian churches in America to open their hearts and their pocketbooks to the peoples of the world who live in spiritual poverty. We must take the light of God's work to the dark places of the world. There is a growing conviction among the young men and women.
Fellow ministers, we have heard the inspired appeals of these two fine young ministers. We are thoroughly convinced that their desire to take the message of salvation to foreign lands is sincere. It is my suggestion that this body of church leaders appoint a committee of 3 to study the matter. Then, tomorrow, report their findings. I know of no more level-headed and God-fearing men to appoint to this committee.
Well, why doesn't the committee come in? It seems as though they've had time enough. Adoniram, do you think they will send us to Burma?
Well, I think that all such matters are in the hands of God, and that He will...
There they are now.
Oh. Friends, the Committee of 3 has met and considered the question of supporting mission stations in foreign lands. I am happy to report that they recommend that we organize and finance a mission program.
Well, I agree with that. I think that's excellent.
And so it was that Adoniram Judson, with his family, became the first American missionary to be sent to foreign lands.